On Friday night, the Knickerbockers, they improved to 2-0 on the preseason with a 131-114 shellacking of the Indiana Pacers. And here with me to talk some Knicks hoops is one of the co-hosts of Knicks Fan TV, my guy JD. JD, good to see you. How you doing, man?
Doing well. It's exciting times here. Early preseason with the New York Knicks.
Early preseason excitement. You know, Knicks fans are getting pumped up. Season is just a bit close to starting, so we can't wait to see what goes on with the Knicks. Now, JD, last night, Friday night against the Pacers, there was no stopping Obi Toppin. He was the star of the show with a team-high 24 points, 4 highlight reel dunks. So should this performance increase the chatter that he deserves more playing time, or should we pump the brakes because it's preseason?
Well, if you ask the fans, the brakes are not pumping because they're definitely excited, and you start to see a little bit of the momentum for Obi Toppin to get more extensive minutes. And it's the relationship with the fans. It's the highlight reel. It's the energy. It's just everything that he brings on the floor is more fast paced. The ball moves a lot. And, you know, I think that for him moving forward, it's very important to hit shots. If you look at the first preseason game, he was 0-4 from 3. And then last night, he hits 4 threes. And I thought that was a difference. He actually played 22 minutes in the first game. Last night, he played 20 minutes. But the difference was the impact on the floor and the ability to hit perimeter shots. I think if he continues to do that, he's going to put a lot of pressure on this Knicks organization, the front office, the head coach, because Julius Randle is in front of him, and you know the pressure is going to start mounting. You know, Obi Toppin as a starter in 10 games averaged 20.7 rebounds. He shot 43.5% from 3, and I think that illustrates the importance of him hitting perimeter shots. He did that last night. I know everybody's going to focus on the 4 highlight reel dunks, but to me, if you look at that play where he had the windmill dunk, the most important part to Tom Thibodeau may have been the block. You know, when he went up for that shot, his back right foot was on the free throw line. You talk about hops. Vince Carter should be smiling today. You know, that was important in that play, and I think that's the most underrated part of that play. But moving forward, Obi Toppin is definitely making a statement. And he needs to finish strong, but if he can hit perimeter shots, the pressure is going to mount.
Stretching that floor will help him stay on the floor. And as you mentioned, defense, that's definitely going to help him as well, too. Now, JD, another player that some Knicks fans have been wanting to see get more PT, that's Cam Reddish. Reddish got the start last night, played 22 minutes, but he only scored 2 points. So where are you on the Reddish experience?
You know, Dexter, I don't know if you've gone to Six Flags before or to Coney Island to one of those roller coaster rides, and it's just going like this, and like that. And that's been the Cam Reddish experience, right? You know, he has a big year in front of him. And the first game of preseason, he hits the first 3-point shot. Everyone's excited. Okay, Cam is coming. And then he trips over a ref. Then he sprains his ankle, and then, you know, and then he starts last night. I thought it was interesting with the Knicks don't play, I believe, until Wednesday, that they rested Evan Fournier, and I think that was probably designed to give Cam Reddish an opportunity to play with the starters. You know, Ian Begley of SNY had reported before that was a lineup they wanted to see. He had that opportunity last night, but he did not come through, at least offensively. I think he's been solid defensively, but, you know, Zach Brazilla, New York sports reporter, had tweeted out last week that Tom Thibodeau said he was not hitting shots in practice, and I thought it was interesting that Tom Thibodeau would say that about a player that had not started a preseason game yet. And we've seen in the last 2 games, it's actually transferred into some preseason games. So that is not a good sign for Cam Reddish. And the excuses are running out for him for the simple fact that it's a contract year. And when you look around sports, contract years, you know, players, the best of them just comes out and they perform. And Cam seems to be one of those rhythm players where you need to give him a lot of minutes, get him through his mistakes in play. Unfortunately, Dexter, and the way this roster is constructed, he may not have that type of opportunity here. You have a head coach that's playing to win, and you have a lot of players in front of him. You have some veterans and young players. So Cam Reddish needs to finish strong these next 2 preseason games, or else, you know, we're going to continue to have this roller coaster ride with him throughout this season.
Yeah, you're going to see that. It might be hard for him to get time in the actual rotation once the season starts. We'll see how that goes. Really quick, JD, 6 Knicks players in double figures on Friday night against Indy. Where are you on this team's potential after 2 preseason games and 2 more to go?
Well, I think from the way the offense is playing, you see already the effect of Jalen Brunson. And, I think with this team, in terms of the potential, what's their ceiling, what's their peak, is TBD, is to be determined, right? Because if you're just analyzing by preseason games, the Knicks have won 8 consecutive preseason games. So pump the brakes on them being, a top 4 seed or something like that in the East. There's a lot yet to be determined. Evan Fournier missed a game. We still have yet to see Quentin Grimes. How is that dynamic going to look? Derrick Rose hasn't played a lot of minutes yet in preseason, and Tom Thibodeau says that will increase. So preseason, you're just filling out, you're trying to install your system, and I think we just don't know yet, because when the season starts, we're going to actually see what the rotation is really going to look like. But I am encouraged by the acquisition of Jalen Brunson. I think he's going to make a big impact, and I'm looking at this team being around the 42 to 44 win range this season.
All right, there you go. That's a prediction. 42 to 44 wins, 8 straight preseason games. I actually didn't even know that. Good stat there, JD. That is JD, my guy from Knicks Fan TV. Love the work you guys do. CP, Alex, all the guys. Great to see you. Great having you on. You got to come on again and talk to me with some Knicks basketball, man.
Absolutely, Dexter. Thank you for having me on.
Anytime, man.